Welcome back to Dubsy Bricks for another episode of Building Mandalore and LEGO, and here we are at the Mines of Mandalore. Now this section originally was going to be having the spider tank in here, and also Mando was going to be down here in the cage after he'd been captured. At the back there's a pipe just coming out there, and I was going to have the creature that you see that takes a swipe at Grogu as he goes to get help after Mando is captured. But since they've released the Paz Vizsla and Moff Gideon battle and also the Ambush of Mandalore sets, I thought it would be much better to add those scenes to the build down here. So on this side here I'm going to be adding the Ambush of Mandalore sets, so I'm going to be doing my own spin on that in here, and over this side I'm going to be doing the Moff Gideon Paz Vizsla battle. Now as you can see, it's already got a roof on there, so I need to work out how I'm going to build something in here without it looking like I've just added it on at a late stage. So I need to try and integrate it somehow in there, so it's going to be quite the challenge. There are some lights in there as well. Whether or not they still work, I'm not sure. It was 7 months ago, I think it was, when I first started this MOC. I do hope that they still work, as it will be a lot better if there's some form of light in there rather than me shining a lamp in there as I'm doing, as I'm filming this video at the moment. But what I'm going to do, first of all, I'm going to make up the sets, see what they're like, get some inspiration from then I'll work out what I'm going to be doing inside the build here. And here we have it, set number 75386, and I absolutely love this build. It is so good. The minifigures are fantastic. The print details on them are brilliant. I love the Moff Gideon figure. Paz Vizsla is cool as always, and I love the Praetorian Guards as well. It's just such a shame they didn't give us a third guard. I mean, why not LEGO? It wouldn't have cost you that much just to stick that extra minifigure into the set and make it perfect. I know we're getting one in the advent calendar later on in the year, but I think it would have been better had they had added it to the set right now. But the actual details on here are great. I love the raising door, and with the catch on the back there, which you just knock to release the door again. And now that I've built this, it's going to give me some good inspiration and ideas of how I want to integrate this scene into my Mandalore build. I want to make this a lot larger, a lot wider door, but the problem I've got is all of the rock work I've got in the Mines of Mandalore are in the dark bluish grey, whereas they've used the dark tan here, so you get a lot more contrast in the colours. So I just need to work out how I'm going to get around that problem in my build. Whether I build some more additional rock and put it in front of the existing rock and add some dark tan to it, I'm not sure, but I'll cross that bridge a little bit later on. So first of all, I'm going to re-watch the scene from The Mandalorian, and then once I've done so, I'll make a start on redesigning the door. And here we have the door that I'm going to be using on the MOC, and I've decided to go for a brick built door as opposed to the plates and tiles that you get in the LEGO set. It's enabled me to put these tiles on these clips here, so I've got a hinge piece and then a plate and then the tile on the top, and it gives it a nice smooth finish. It also means there's no gap going down in the door like you have on the LEGO set. Now this piece here, they don't do that slope in an inverted form, so what I've had to do is put it upside down, and I've connected it using a snot brick. So there's a snot brick on the top, a couple of tiles, another brick, and then a snot brick at the bottom there, and then that clips that all together. Now I'm happy with the door, I can start work on the door frame. And here we have the door frame, and again I'm using the inverted slopes here, which is enabled me then put the headlight bricks on the side here. I will be changing these trans red studs out for trans red tiles, just need to order some in, and that'll give it a nice smooth finish on there. And I'm trying to get as many details as possible into the build that you see on the screen. So I thought this was the best way of going about it, rather than adding a sticker onto the side of the brick there. So yeah, happy how that's come together. And this here, again, it's got a couple of snot bricks on the side, a couple of snot bricks here, and it's just kept together using some tiles there. So that all fits together seamlessly. And I've used these grill pieces here on the bottom and the top there, and that's enabling it to be nice and square. So once I put that on, I can then carry on building across the top there. So I just need to make the opposite side of this, and then I'll put it together with the door and see how it looks. And here we have the surround for the door, and relatively happy with how it's coming out. I think it's going to look a lot better once I've changed these circular studs out for the square tiles. I think that'll look a lot better. Or I might even put red, just a normal red tile on there as opposed to trans red. The other thing I want to do is move the door back by either half a stud or a stud. So I might put it on jumper plates or just move it back. And then I also want to put a black wall all the way around the back, just so when you're looking in there, or you can see in, there just seems to be a little bit of depth. At the moment, where I'm going to be putting this into the MOC, if I don't put anything behind it, you're just going to see rock work, which I don't think will look right. So I'm just going to make those amendments. And once I've done so, I'll check back in and show you how it's looking. Just checking in with an update. The room just about fits into this part of the Mines of Mandalore. Just need to put some more inverted slopes on the top of these ones at the top here, then put another grey plate along the very top of that. And then I'm going to try and put a wall coming out at a 45-degree angle with some details on there, taking it right up to the ceiling point on there. So that'd be quite good. And then all I need to do is tile off all of the floor and then put in some of the finer details like the crates that you see on there. There's a couple of lights and little bits like that. Need to put some jumper plates so the minifigures can all stand there. But yeah, really happy with how it's coming along. And the room is finally finished, and it's taken absolutely ages to get done. The amount of times this part broke where the inverted slope is, and yeah, I had to reinforce it behind it, but I've got there eventually, and it's well worthwhile doing so. And again, at the top here, it was really fiddly because of how tight it is in there, and you're trying to push stuff in without breaking everything behind it. And there are the minifigures all in place, and I've got to get a third Praetorian Guard. They just look so cool. You just need the third one in there to complete the scene. Over on this side, I just need to put the minifigures in place. I was going to put some different colour rock on there as well, some dark tan. However, I think it looks fine just having it in the grey. So let's get the minifigures all placed in there and see how it comes out. And we're just checking in one final time for this update. Added a couple more details to the build here. Put this pole up there with the red lights on, as you see in the episode of The Mandalorian. And I've also put in 2 crates over there on the side. Now, in the episode, there are 4 of them, 2 on top of each other. However, I didn't have enough of the cheese wedges to make another 2. Hopefully, I'll be able to get some more cheese wedges so I can make another 2 of those crates and then make that more screen accurate, as well as that third Praetorian Guard. And over this side, I've added a couple of the Mandalorian battle packs, and I absolutely love this minifigure. I think they look so cool. The markings on them are amazing, and I may very well get a couple more of these battle packs just so I can put more of the minifigures in there. I think the white goes really well against the rock work there, and also love these new minifigure stands as well. I think they look really good as well. As you get just a little bit of different angles. It's nice to get another section of the MOC all finished. The bottom section here is pretty much all done. We've got the Mines of Mandalore all done. We've got the Living Waters and also the Great Forge down there is already completed as well. So I just need a little bit of greebling along here. And then this entire lower section is all done, so that's all good. Anyway, hope you've enjoyed the update. If you have, please remember to give us a big thumbs up. If you haven't already done so, please consider subscribing to the channel. Hit the notification bell so you don't miss any future content on the channel. And if you know anybody else you think would be interested in building Mandalore or building Gotham, if you could share the channel with them, it'd be much appreciated. Anyway, thanks for hopping by, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.